Hello, I'm Dr. Shamil. I am a New York City resident. I'm from London and I'm a lifestyle leader. Carl asked me to address his followers and talk a little bit about what life was like in New York with COVID and what are some of the tips I can give to his followers on how to reduce stress and anxiety during this terribly difficult time for a lot of people, and what my vision is for what life might be like once the isolation period ends. So, COVID has now taken over. It's pretty much everywhere around the world. And New York City, unfortunately, has become the pandemic global center with more deaths and more cases of coronavirus than any other country. And New York City, in particular, has been the worst hit city in the country, with more deaths than any other place in the world in terms of the number of people that have died and the number of cases we've had in New York compared to any other city. So New York is an incredibly lively place with so much life, and right now the streets are dead, and you see activity in Central Park, but on the whole it's pretty quiet. And we hope that life will resume sometime soon, where things might get back to being somewhat normal. So my background is I'm a chartered chemist. I'm also a doctor of sensory perception. And my focus is very much helping people achieve a sense of well-being, which is a balance between physical health and mental health, while remaining looking beautiful and being good to people around you and the environment. So one of the things that we are all suffering from during this COVID experience, COVID isolation, is maybe perhaps feeling anxious and lonely because we're alone. Now, lonely and alone, being alone, are completely different things actually. You can be around a million people and still feel lonely. But when you are alone, there's no reason to feel lonely because you have access to social media. You have access to so many different technology platforms that you can use to contact your friends and family and keep in touch. And social media gets a bad rap, but at a time like this, it can actually be really useful in connecting people and so on. So also during this isolation period, maintain a sense of normality as much as possible. So keep up with your routine, take a shower, wash your hair, condition your hair, style it, look after your skin, and go through your normal routine. And if you're a woman, put some makeup on, wear a fragrance, get dressed. So the more you keep up your normal routine, the better you will feel. And, a lot of people are stressed during this incredibly difficult time. There's uncertainty about whether you'll have a job at the end of the day, especially if you're working in the restaurant industry or the hospitality industry or travel or retail. There's just no certainty of what life might be like. So that's leading to a lot of stress. And some of the tips I can give to reduce stress would be number one, diet. Avoid eating foods that are high in sugar, like biscuits, cakes, pastries. They can increase your cortisol level, which is the hormone that's released by the body when you are stressed. So avoid eating sugary foods. Animal products like meat and dairy can also increase stress. So avoid eating a lot of meat. Plant foods, on the other hand, help to increase your level of well-being and help to improve your mood and reduce stress. So plant foods are very good to eat, and by that I mean fruits and vegetables. They are very good at maintaining a good level of neurotransmitters that modulate our mood, like serotonin, endorphins, and dopamines. So fruits and vegetables are a great thing to eat. The other way to manage stress is to exercise. When you exercise, you produce nitric oxide. And nitric oxide is a wonderful molecule that we need in our body to help improve our blood flow and reduces blood pressure. And it's great for sexual health of men. But it also has a whole host of other benefits such as helps to improve your sleep. It helps to improve your mood. It also helps to produce more testosterone, which is important for your anabolic processes. So exercise as much as you can. Now, I know we don't have gyms, but you always have the parks, you have the fields, you can go out and run. And if you don't want to go out, you can always do push-ups, press-ups. There's a wonderful nitric oxide exercise that I put up on my blog, drshamil.com, that requires absolutely no equipment, and you can certainly do that exercise in just a few minutes and reap the benefits that you would get from a one hour workout at the gym. So try exercising. Also, reduce your consumption of alcohol. When you drink alcohol, you produce cortisol, which is the hormone released by the body to combat stress. Now, a little bit of cortisol is fine, but excess amount of cortisol in your system can lead to a whole host of health issues. So reducing your stress is really important. When you have a great deal of stress, it reduces your immune system. It impacts your sleep. It impacts your blood pressure and many other things. So alcohol, unfortunately, disturbs your homeostasis. It disturbs the secretion of various hormones that are required for good functioning of the body. So if you're going to drink alcohol, the best time to drink it is at 6 p.m. At 6 p.m., it's less likely to alter your sleep, because sleep is really important in keeping your stress down. When you sleep, your body has an opportunity, the brain has the opportunity to recharge and rebuild the chemicals that it needs, that the body needs for proper functioning. It also helps to consolidate the emotions that you've been through the day before, and helps with the learning and the memory. And alcohol may help you to go to sleep quickly, and it may even give you a sense of deep sleep. But what it does do is, unfortunately, it disturbs your light REM sleep. The light REM sleep is the rapid eye movement sleep, which is when the brain consolidates the emotions from the day before. And unfortunately, alcohol disturbs that. The other thing that you can do to reduce stress is to make sure that you breathe through your nose. When you breathe through your nose, you actually are doing a great service to your body, and you make more nitric oxide when you breathe through the nose, and it's just better for you. You oxygenate your cells in a much more efficient manner than when you breathe through your mouth. Breathing through your mouth is terrible for you. Breathing through your mouth is about as useful as eating through your nose. So you should never breathe through your mouth at all, unless you're terribly congested. So these are some of the tips. And the other things that you can do to avoid stress is don't be around people who are negative. Negativity is something that you don't want, and it's contagious. And to improve your stress, you can also light some candles and have some aromas that can provide a nice calming effect. Maybe vanilla candles, or burn some candles that give you lavender fragrance, or jasmine, or anything that you like, and creating a nice environment that is salubrious and therapeutic can really help to reduce stress. So hopefully this coronavirus isolation period will end, and we will return back to some sense of normal life, but things will never be quite normal. We may always have to wear gloves or masks, maybe not gloves, but certainly masks for a while. We may not be able to shake hands. People may not be eating out very much, and so they may eat more at home. There may be less travel abroad. People may take vacations within their own home country. Another thing that might happen as a result of COVID is that people might be more hygiene conscious, which is not a bad thing. And maybe people will be more faithful with their partners and not have extra marital affairs. And hopefully the level of STD incidents may go down as a result. So some of the things that might happen as a result of COVID could actually be positive. So I would say let's have an optimistic approach and a mindset, and let's be hopeful that things will return to normal to some degree, and let's use this opportunity in the meantime to reconnect with ourselves. So this is all I'm going to say for now. I wish you all well, stay healthy, and be safe.